Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here at the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your Eastern Idaho planning briefing for January 21st. Weather impact summary. So we might see a few isolated low impact snow showers this morning. If you saw our briefing yesterday, we were kind of talking about two systems, a weaker one and a stronger one. Well, the weaker one has been shifting through the region during the overnight and early morning hours. Haven't seen a lot out of it as far as snow shower activity, but certainly a slight chance we may see a few of those isolated snow showers through the morning, not expecting any impact out of that activity. Our main system will arrive this afternoon. Some snow and rain moving into the region, continuing through Wednesday morning. We have increased our wind forecast just a little bit with this system, but there's a but there, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. I still don't think we're going to see major or widespread blowing and drifting issues this time around. Very different from what we saw last week. Finally, looking ahead, we're watching Sunday and Monday as we get into next week for the next more notable storm system. Certainly will be some weaker systems, maybe some shower activity in between, but that's the next one that we're really going to be watching, and it's too early to really get into too much detail on that, but that is on the horizon. Current satellite view, this low pressure system approaching British Columbia coming in off the Pacific is really ramped up. You can see really nice spin here in the water vapor loop as it restarts here. There you go. Really nice spin around this low pressure center. That's going to move off to the northeast into Canada. Out ahead of it into the southeast of it, you can see kind of a zone or band of moisture here approaching the western coast of the U.S., and that's going to continue to move into our area. That's going to be our main trough, our main system moving through and giving us some rain and snow shower activity starting this afternoon. Weather impact matrix here. Again, it's going to be marginal temperatures with a mix of rain and snow here for the Snake Plain, the Magic Valley, even into some of the South Hills region, so the valleys off of the Eastern Magic Valley region. Really marginal temperatures giving you a mix from this afternoon into Wednesday morning. Not expecting major impacts there. Minor impacts from the snowfall still expected here as you get into the southern and eastern highlands. Also, as temperatures cool overnight into tomorrow morning down toward Oakley and Malta. Lost River area, you're going to be shadowed. Mackay, Chalice, Arco, the big and little Lost River valleys, not expecting much more than a dusting to a half an inch or so of snow out of this particular system. Wood River Valley, Sawtooth area, some light impacts from the snow, and a little bit less as you get up into Lemhi County. Nothing impactful on our radar right now for the rest of the week. Might see a few light snow showers Thursday, a couple weak disturbances moving through Friday and Saturday. Again, maybe a hit and miss light rain or snow shower, particularly as you get up into some of our mountain areas across southeast Idaho. None of it expected to be very impactful, not expecting much in the way of accumulation out of any of this activity at this time. Waking up to low temperatures this morning, generally in the upper teens and then into the 20s across the region. It's actually running about 23 degrees as of this recording here in Pocatello. A little bit of an overachiever there, but generally on the cool side across the region as you wake up. Heading toward high temperatures today, getting up into the 30s and near 40 down here from Pocatello westward into the Magic Valley. Again, expecting a chance of some mixed rain and snow shower activity because of those marginal temperatures. Let's hop on over here and take a look at one of our models, just like we did yesterday, to give you a sense of the timing of all of this, particularly onset timing for later today. Again, this model isn't perfect, so don't pay too much attention to exact radar echoes or projected radar echoes here. Just look at the overall picture that this is giving us. And for weather-savvy users, this is the nested NAM that I've selected here as an example model. We'll start this off at noon today, and you can see some precipitation on our doorstep here just to the west of Stanley and Shoshone. As we go to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you can see an increase in that activity starting to nudge into Stanley, possibly the Sun Valley area, into the Eastern Magic Valley region and over toward Burley. Maybe a light shower initiating here east of I-15, but generally the show is still going to be here to the west. So again, that's generally in the, let's say, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock time frame. So we step ahead towards 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Start to see a little bit of that activity extend into the lower Snake Plain and the rest of the southern highlands here. This particular model isn't showing much here for the upper Snake Plain, but I think there may be a chance of a few light snow showers up here toward Idaho Falls, Rexburg, Du Bois as well. 8 o'clock this evening, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Still a chance of a shower anywhere, particularly snow as we get till after sunset here. We're going to be focusing in on the most widespread activity by this juncture to the east of I-15 and also continuing across the southern highlands. 11, midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Diminishing trend across the western half of the forecast area. We'll continue to see scattered snow shower activity here to the east of I-15. Let's go to 4 a.m., 5 a.m., daybreak, Wednesday morning. This model's pretty progressive in tapering this activity off, but I think we will still see some snow shower activity continuing after sunrise here east of I-15. Not showing up very well in this particular model. And you can see that tapers off pretty quickly in this model. But again, I would plan at least for Wednesday morning, if not even into Wednesday afternoon, a few light hit and miss snow showers continuing, particularly east of I-15 here in our region. Jump back over here, storm total snowfall. This is everything we're expecting out of this system from this afternoon extending into Wednesday, even any light snow shower activity continuing Wednesday afternoon. It's a fairly low impact system. Highest amounts are going to be at the highest elevations of the Sawtooth Mountains, some of the western facing slopes here, generally 2 to 5 inches, 2 to 3 in Stanley, 1 to 2 or so in the Wood River Valley. Moving east of there, though, Big and Little Lost River valleys, maybe a dusting, 1/2 inch. Snake Plain, Eastern Magic Valley, not much more than a dusting, 1/2 inch across this region. Again, with some rain mixing in here for the Eastern Magic Valley over toward Pocatello and Blackfoot. Southern Highlands, about 1 to 2 inches. Few isolated 3-inch amounts down that way. 1 to 2, 1 to 3 inches here into Bear Lake and the Caribou Highlands region. Driggs, 2 to 3. And then the sweet spot here, portions of Fremont County, the Big Holes, the Tetons, generally seeing 2 to 5, 3 to 5 inches of snow up across this region. Heaviest during the evening hours this evening and then the overnight hours tonight. So none of this reaching the criteria where we would be issuing winter weather advisories or anything like that. Generally a low impact system, but of course it's winter time. We're going to have some snow. All of your normal safety rules apply. So if you're heading out, check 511.idaho.gov to make sure all the roads are in decent shape. Leave a little bit of extra time to get around, particularly in our mountain ranges, and just slow down, reduce those highway speeds as you get into areas with snow or slush on the roadways. Now, again, we've increased our wind forecast a little bit here. Here's sustained values we're projecting. This is for overnight tonight and during the day on Wednesday. Most areas may be running about 10 miles an hour average. We may see some 15 to 20 mile per hour values here in the lower Snake Plain. Also into the Caribou Highlands, some of the adjacent highways and valleys here. Throw in the wind gusts. Again, maybe gusting 15 to 20 most places, but 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts are possible here over the same general corridor, Eastern Magic Valley, lower Snake Plain, some of the adjacent highways and valleys here. We threw a but on that front screen there. I still think that overall, widespread, major blowing and drifting snow is not going to be the major story with this system. Again, we're going to have less snow than what we saw with systems last week. Also, with the marginal temperatures, if we can add just a little bit of wetness, if we can ripen that snow up just a little bit, I think that's also going to be our friend in terms of keeping that blowing, drifting down a little bit. But with this increase in the winds, our transportation partners are certainly aware of some of those trouble spots. There may be some pockets of isolated blowing and drifting snow to contend with. High temperatures on Wednesday, even a little warmer, getting up into the 30s to near 40 again. Thursday, a little bit warmer. We're going to be running warmer than climatological norms throughout our forecast period, getting into the mid-30s to very low 40s here across southeast Idaho. Maybe a few hit and miss snow showers Thursday, particularly east of I-15, but generally only a dusting to an inch or so expected for most areas out of that activity during the day on Thursday. Friday, adding another degree or so, upper 30s to low 40s for your high temperatures. Again, maybe a light hit or miss rain or snow shower across the region with very little impact, particularly for transportation on Friday. So that's what we're looking at over the next few days. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and have a great Tuesday.